Okay, I'll bring the meeting to order at 6 o'clock, Wednesday, 17th of June. All trustees are present besides Will. Okay, I'll bring the meeting to order at 6 o'clock. Wednesday. Why is that thing even plugged in?
I don't know why here is do it the other way.
All trustees are present besides Will. Okay, I'll bring the meeting to order at 6 o'clock. That thing even plugged in. Doesn't belong to the village.
There are two of them.
Yeah, apparently.
All right.
Doesn't belong to the village.
All right, there we go.
Are you sure? All right, bring the meeting to order. Please join us for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'm gonna put the trustees meeting in the recess at 6:01 for the village special meeting. Here.
Okay, thank you. And this comes to order for the village special meeting. I'll commence reading the warning. Warning's special village meeting, June 17th, 2026. The inhabitants of Johnson Village Corporation who are legal voters in the village are hereby warned to meet at the Johnson Municipal Building in the meeting room in Johnson Village, Wednesday, June 17th, 2026 at 6 o'clock in the evening, local time, to transact the following business to wit. Article 1. Shall the voters borrow a sum not to exceed $291,500 by the issuance of notes for a term not to exceed 5 years to support the capital purchases and operating funding for the electric department. Article 2. To do such other business as may properly be brought before this meeting. The legal voters and the residents of the Village of Johnson are further warned and notified that pursuant to 17 VSA 2680G, and an informational meeting will be held at the Johnson Municipal Building on Monday, June 8, 2026 at 5:30 in the evening for the purpose of explaining support for the capital purchases and operational funding for the electric department. Okay, a little house order items. The manager and the village clerk are both officials of the village, and they are not residents of the village. I will recognize them if questions are put to them and allow them to speak unless there's any objections from any voters in the village. Seeing none. And I believe everybody looks like they're village voters here. There's nobody that's outside the village. Okay, good. First article. Article 1, shall the village borrow a sum not to exceed $291,500 by the issuance of notes for a term not to exceed 5 years to support the capital purchases and operating funding for the electric department? What's the wishes of the voters? We have a motion. Do we have a second? We have a motion and a second. Okay, open it up for any discussion. I see a hand trying to come up.
Does you know how much interest rate you can get the loan for? Is there a figure out there? And is it through that stuff or is it through a bank?
Let's say it would be, we'd go out to some of the local banks. Right now, they're running, I believe, about mid 5%. So
you indicated at one time that Vespa would loan the money. Do they have a standard policy how they do this?
all VEPSA does is the same, they would do the same thing that you're doing as far as backing the note, and they would go to a bank.
But there is no guarantee in that.
Right.
Right, they have to vote on it through the board of directors, just like presidents of them.
Would that just back together, never.
No,
And would, see, investing through them would it be an indication to the state that maybe some regulations need to change,
I don't,
be updated and,
it wouldn't make any, it wouldn't affect anything with
It won't
the PUC or
raise their
DPS at all.
flags.
No, the only thing, I mean, kicking the VEPSA does two things. One, makes it, it's one more step of unsurety because it has to pass the board of directors vote there. And two, delays it. And well, we kind of need the money now. So it's, you know, it is, VEPS is a secondary backup plan if things don't go well tonight. But it's not, it's inferior. Yes,
What is the approximate there?
well, the next board of directors meeting is not until early July. So that's when the process would start.
George? Are there any, can this apply for municipal loans? Kind of. Electric department, I know Rosemary used to get us some great municipal loans.
That's when the interest rates were down.
Those are all.
That's when interest rates were down. Interest rates have
But I
gone up.
mean, but even still, they were good at that time.
Yeah, you know.
Take the banquet.
5 and 5.5, that's pretty good rate these
Right
days.
now.
Yeah.
Right now, it's really good, yeah.
Any further questions?
What's the terms?
It'll be no more than 5 years, likely 5 years.
And do we have any more questions? Not, we'll bring it to a vote. And seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay.
Okay.
The ayes have it. Or I determine the ayes have it, and I believe they do have it, and they do have it, yes. Article 2, to do such other business as may properly be brought before this meeting. Is there anything else anybody'd like to bring up? You can do whatever you want. You're the chair.
Eric? Like, looking that over to Rosemary. Rosemary,
Absolutely.
on behalf of the village trustees and the taxpayers, we thank you for your dedication, your service. You upheld the community beyond what was expected of you for many, many years. And we hope you enjoy your cruises and stop by and visit a lot. Flowers are also for you. Anybody else like to say anything or?
Under other business, if you want to say anything good about Rosemary, that would be a time.
I might want to say something bad.
Or you can say something bad.
I don't think we'd believe them.
Brief. Speak.
I did one at the village meeting.
You're not going away yet.
No, I'll still be around.
So we have one action left to do. If anybody wants to put forward a motion to adjourn.
Actually, we'll do that. Can I do one more? I'd like to introduce Ashley Isabel to the village. She's our new treasurer.
Welcome.
She's also a village resident, so.
Yep.
Motion to adjourn.
Move your adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Debatable. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Those opposed? Thank you all for coming out tonight.
You're all welcome to hang out for the board meeting.
What fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for having your chair back.
Yep.
Let's spend it all in one
Hey.
place.
There's there in your packet, there's no meetings minutes to approve, so like do 2 months next week, month.
That's fine.
No,
No.
Thank you all for coming.
She'll check it.
Oh, I did lines down.
Pretty good.
Pretty cool when your fourth grade teacher shows up. Steve. Steve Smith. My fourth grade teacher, right out of.
Nice.
Then she got, teach all three of my kids.
My principal in high school ended up also being my son's principal in a different high school. Yeah. So I had to go in one time and my son got into a fight. He opened his door and said, huh, just like old time.
The dairy knows that.
Yep, sure is, Bob.
Bringing the village trustees meeting back out of recess at 6:12. Any changes or additions to the agenda? There was an error with getting minutes on, so we'll just approve minutes for the next one.
Yep. They were published, just not put in the packet.
1 second, please.
I think what you wanted to discuss, we'll head in executive.
That's what I was curious
Yep.
about.
Right.
Yeah. Think I know what it is.
Okay, Ashley. Do you want to give a treasurer report?
Well, right now we have warrants going around. We have all accounts payable warrants that are currently due, all May payrolls and June so far. And then Rosemary printed the budget status.
Been a month,
Oh,
What's that?
been a month.
For Ashley? Not quite yet.
Not quite, but
Getting there.
close.
Getting
Close
close.
to a month?
close to a month.
It's 3 weeks. at this
Yeah.
point.
3 weeks so far.
Come along quick though.
Yep, everybody's been very kind and helpful with showing me around and
That'll change.
No, I won't.
Done some rearranging on the
Maybe.
stuff,
Mhm.
Yeah,
yeah.
got two separate ones.
Mhm.
then cut the window, so you, it was an 8-inch opening.
If you throw these at you, can I?
More. There's that, all.
We'll get them all mixed up on them. They are.
It's been almost.
Yeah.
Pending to the window, that hasn't, as of right now, it's.
That's been good. I think the public is totally used to already, like town over here, village over here. It's
Yeah.
pretty clearly separated. And then as far as us in the office go handling the things, just
Okay.
open communication with everybody so far, so it's good.
I did notice on my way in, I did it. Are we having separate drop offs from the town yet, or is everything still in the same?
Everything's still in the same.
Mhm.
And that has not posed to be any sort of an issue. We're just
Yeah.
getting along and communicating, so
Good.
it's all good.
Yeah.
Rosemary asked, any red flags kicking out on you besides what we just voted on, or?
Well, the good news there is so far, we're doing well on power supply budget,
Good.
so.
And I just gave the town the
I don't wanna
prior
get
contract.
tarred
now,
and
so they'll be
feathered
paying
again.
out their first bill in July.
Yeah, we're ahead this year so far in power supply. That's good.
Good.
And I've sent Alec Jones is working on the reimbursements for the sidewalk project
Yeah.
today, so that should be coming shortly.
Now it's what, 15?
No, it's.
Well, that's true. We paid for the whole thing. We have,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, but our contribution was 20%. Correct, for the match.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, yeah. All the other departments are looking okay though?
Yes.
What is this handwritten, the
That's the village garage. I have it in a different account than what Eric says on the budget as. This 659,000 is what we have spent this current year. And based on the budget, we have 187,000 left.
Yeah, we gotta be close with pay apps anyway, right? We gotta be,
Yeah, we're getting
there's
close.
punch list
We're
pay
getting-
apps.
We're getting very close.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we're
this set of orders.
it looks like we have money left over. So. I don't want to say that too loud, but.
I'm not getting excited about leftover, but I don't want us to have to borrow it.
Mhm.
He makes it that.
under budget?
We are
bit.
staying under budget so far all the way through.
Mhm.
And on the punch list, when I went over with Eric, everything looked great. We found a few things. I believe they're addressing it.
They're going after it. They're. Yeah.
Boys are all in there.
But they're moving. They can't technically be all in until we get a certificate read off by the fire marshal and with substantial completion. So. Eric, I did see that email about them, the solar company having to get permits stuff. We already have a state permit and that was in that project, so they shouldn't have to get another one.
Right.
So maybe remind them of that because that will lower our cost because they're gonna pay the same percentage we did for the total cost of that project, and we've already paid it and it was included in. At least I believe it was included. You might want to just double check that, but. No sense in us giving the state back any of the money we got.
Okay.
Before we move on, Ashley, how's things going? You enjoying yourself?
Yeah, everything's going good. Getting up to speed and doing the training videos on the software. So that's going good so far. I have a couple options that I am considering as far as doing municipal training. So I found one option that I really like, but it's a little pricey, but I don't have to travel for it. So we might be able to save on the hotel aspect there. There's also a payroll association conference coming up at the end of the summer that I would like to attend as well. So I'll have all of those numbers put together at some point in the next couple of weeks here, so we could all consider.
Eric's the man to talk about all that training stuff, so.
Yep, so that's all good.
Other than that, everything you're catching on very good. Rosemary hasn't took you in the corner and thrown stuff at you.
I thought I was kind of grumpy yesterday or something.
No,
Stressed out, that's all.
no, I didn't think you're grumpy. You're very helpful with everything that I've asked about, so it's been really good. And all the girls in the office are very helpful with
You
showing.
gotta watch out for Merle.
How are things with you when everything downstairs? Good?
Good. Okay, good. I skipped members of the public, but they all left.
Yep.
Unless Riley's got something to say. Eric.
Yep. Village manager report. We'll start with water and light garage project update. New water and light garage is all but finished. There are very few small items such as a door sweep for Nate's office to install. The second blower test is the last big thing before we can begin the closeout process. Building looks really good. The guys have already moved all the stock from the rental Connex boxes and those have been returned. Something's not on here, but as most of you know, our apprentice lineman, Matt Champney, has tendered his notice. He's going to be working for GMP out of Colchester because it's, well, a 5-minute ride from his house. You know, we countered, he appreciated it. He asked me to thank the board and, you know, for the opportunity. He really enjoyed working here. Kind of seems like it was a lot of, you know, him and his girlfriend are, we'll just call them basically married, you know, she,
40 minutes drive.
I think it felt like there was urging for him to go be closer. And she doesn't want to move away from the city.
Yeah.
So, on that, after I finish, I have in the packet attached both the potential ad for an apprentice lineman and the updated pay scale to be approved. It's the same scale that you folks approved. For Matt's just updated for the date because the whole system is backed out of the first class lineman's wage. So I just put in the current first class lineman's wage and backed it out, same scale otherwise.
On a good note, we've had 2 people apply
Yes,
fresh out of lineman school.
and
And
they both
we
have-
haven't even advertised yet.
yeah, and on paper, they both look good.
They're
And
both
one,
local.
and one of them was quite local.
They're well aware of the multiple jobs that,
If not, they will be.
yes, which is always good to have a little
I mean,
variation.
our guys prefer it that way.
Right.
So, sometimes apprentices may not because it'll slow down their process of becoming topped out.
Yeah.
So. Do we want to go ahead and take care of that part before I go forward, or just get a motion to?
Where is it?
It's last page, last 2 pages. First one's the ad, which is the same ad we did for Matt, just updated,
Yeah.
updated from villagejohnson.com versus town and such. Other than that's the same. And then
Motion that we approve as written.
the ad and the pay scale.
Yes.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Beautiful. Okay, continuing on. The DR 4720 FEMA wastewater treatment plant project. FEMA has us in the EHR, or Environmental and Health Review Process, which is the initial step in the construction phase. We are the first of the badly hit wastewater facilities to make it to this step in the process. That's where we're at. We'll be putting together bids for engineers and stuff like that going forward.
Damn.
The Mach-E goes in for repairs on the 24th. Originally was scheduled for the 16th, however, some of the parts got delayed from the original estimated arrival. The Johnson Heroes veteran banners are here, installed, and they look great.
So I'd like to say something real quick.
Yes.
I'd like to thank the board. I'd like to thank Eric for having the willingness to honor our people that serve to keep us all free, and I'd also like to thank Alan Mahoyer and Lynn Mahoyer from Johnson Farm and Garden.
Absolutely.
They made the initial donation on just a conversation about we're considering doing this. So please make sure all that hits the record down.
Can I, the one out here that's in the trees, it kind of gets lost.
Oh, you want to cut down a tree too?
I don't think that will be, but I also want everybody, if you can get lost in the fact, and I'm sure the tree board doesn't want to trim back any. I didn't know how the board felt about maybe finding another pole that really sticks out so everybody's seen well.
Well, I asked the manager about putting some on our telephone poles, and he said it might be a problem because they're shared, but I see we have flags on them telephone poles.
Yeah.
So I think we ought to come up with the bracketry to put them on a few and get them in a more visible locations.
I'd hate to see, it get lost and.
And my understanding is we own them poles and lease space on them, Eric.
It depends on the pole. I don't know about the ones out here. Some of them are 50-50 owned with Consolidated.
Okay.
We'll put it on our
50%.
I think the ones out front are 50-50.
Yeah, we'll skip every other one.
Nate would know which ones are ours alone
Yes.
and that we
Yes.
lease off of. So,
But I think the ones down Main are half.
so I think we'd look at, we won't jump right on it, but I think
No.
Nate gets a moment and we can come up with some kind of bracketry that can be put on.
We end up with 50.
14 are, because we have 14 brackets. I've got already, around 5 already lined up, for the next round.
Cause I know the brackets for the poles that they're on are very expensive. But so if we can do it on some of the visible telephone poles that we own. Power poles.
Yep. I'll check.
I think that'd be a better than trees. Everybody agree with that?
Mhm. I don't know if we need to vote on it, and then commissioner can make it happen.
Yep.
All right, the crew helped the sculptor install the new sculptures on Main Street. It went very fast. And they look good.
Yep.
Ashley Isabel, our new treasurer, is settling in well and picking up the nuances of municipal accounting very quickly and showing all indications that we chose well. The water treatment facility generator project is nearing completion. This is a project I secured $119,000 grant for 100% of the project. The crew dug yesterday for the propane lines and course installed them. Brookfield Services coming next Monday to begin the generator install, and I believe they will be complete by lunch on Wednesday. Village and H2 Innovation staff are going to remove the diesel from the old generator and put it in trucks. And the village will all be off on Friday in remembrance of Juneteenth.
In Columbus Day.
Okay. All right, chief operator's report. EDMRs and WR-43s were submitted to the state. Hauled 48,000 gallons of sludge to Morrisville for processing in May. Monthly composite testing was completed. Monash completed scheduled grip channel cleaning. We're having to do this twice as often this spring due to infiltration in the system. We're working with village crew to narrow down the cause and location. Actually, I'm gonna pause. I think, do we need the treasurers? We want to release some.
I was just gonna let Ashley get used to the annual reports
Okay.
parts, because sometimes
Sure.
we have questions during that, and then other than that, they.
All right.
I know Rosemary don't want to leave me.
Okay. Begin the summer yard care and all the plants, buildings, mowing, trimming, etc. Attendant Luke have been taking continuing ed classes for ongoing water and wastewater credits. Attended for rural show and fairly. Cleaned UV lights in the channels, had a large amount of bulbs and sockets were burned out and beyond repair. Many more than when we last cleaned them in the early winter. Parts of this system are also an issue due to its age. I have concerns whether we can make it to the facility rehab as is. Discuss with Eric and we will try to replace a ballast to see if that will help, as we have 3 racks of 16 with no bulbs working at all. The entire UV system was quote unquote hot wired, bypassing all controls. It is on 100% power 24 hours a day, which it was not intended for. Hot wiring is due to the flooding. We've lost the control. Operational status of water plant and callouts. Monthly report was submitted to the state. Coliform samples were negative. Had large amounts of water pumped for 2 days. Turned out the college was filling the reservoir. Added coolant to the water plant generator as needed. Contacted Course Fuels about new propane tank installed in the generator. Both tanks were installed at the water plant. Contacted Brookfield. New generator install is scheduled for the 22nd. Continually having to shop back Asian lady beetles at the water plant due to large infestation inside a plant. Water loss was not calculated in time for the meeting. Sold 1 load of water at 5,000 gallons to Wright Farm via tanker truck. Collected 2 water samples in Katy Wind Park for boil water due to contractors digging and hitting a main water line. Both samples are negative for E. coli and coliform. Handed out boil water lift notices.
So do we have to fill both them tanks over there right off the bat?
I don't know if they're gonna fill it, but they're gonna put some in it too, because they need to be able to run next week.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Right.
We can-
I think we're just gonna do a partial for now.
Yeah, that'd be good. So it's 2,000 gallons probably.
Right.
I have a question.
Yes.
The UV lights, since we're running more, they're costing more money.
Yes,
Is FEMA on the hook for that?
I do believe, are we counting that power towards FEMA costs?
I believe so.
No.
Should we be the extra?
How
Well,
can you tell how much extra it is?
right,
They wouldn't run for
I mean-
24 hours a day, so,
right,
Yeah.
I would,
but that would be hard to meter.
Yeah, it probably would be. Never
I'm not gonna talk too much right now, but there's other ways that we're doing okay
Okay,
with them.
I'm just asking. Thanks.
Yep. Water and light report, electric. Valuation of the vault is, the elevation of the vault is fixed at the new library site.
panel for the solar array stopped working again. Sending the panel in for warranty work. This is for the one over at Johnson Farm and Garden. Attended the solar meeting for the shop. Installed cover up at 13 Prospect Rock Road. Installed remove cover at 96 West Settlement Road. Changed transformer out at 369 Railroad Street. 4 customers out for 1 hour. Installed new service on Little Barn Road. Disconnect, reconnect at 46 Lamoille View Drive. Reinstalled service at 355 Rocky Road. Installed temporary pole and service at 110 Pearl Street for building remodel. Met at 1299 Clay Hill for new service, sent out estimate. 233 Railroad Street, fixed loose tap wire transfer, 2 customers out for 1 hour. Removed electrical service at 399 Lower Main West for FEMA buyout. Attended bi-weekly meetings for the shop. Completing monthly meter reading, high-low check, substation check, and dig safes. Water and sewer, removed the water meter at 399 Lower Main West for FEMA buyout. Did fire flow tests for the engineering of the McClellan Hall. Replaced dual check valve at 153 Clark. Customer had a water leak at 53 Katy Wind, causing a boil notice. Boil water lifted the following day. Trying to find infiltration in the sewer line system. I'm going to pause for a second. I don't know if people understand, but when we've got a water break and we have to do a boil, you know, the whole staff comes together. Marla, me, the HTO guys, the crew, and because in order to get, you know, you put people on a boil water notice, it really stinks for them. So as soon as we get the leaks fixed, we get people out there taking the samples in the field and race them into Endyne and Essex Junction in order to get and put it on a rush in order to get the result middle of the day the next day, so we don't have them on a boil for multiple days. And so far that's been working out. You know, we haven't had a multiple day boil yet, and since I've been here, it's just a good effort by everybody.
Good job.
Thank you. Guys.
That just, you know, 399, is that because it's getting ripped down right off the chute?
Yeah, if that's, yeah, if they're having us do that, it means that the people are coming to do it soon, because it's all being run through the state contractor. Yep. And they pay us. Yep. It used to be the you know, when you disconnected, you had to pay to physically disconnect, but through the buyout process, the state's taking care of that, which is good. General department.
Wait, trying to find infiltration.
Oh yeah, sorry. I skipped that, didn't I? Trying to find infiltration into the sewer line system. That's the stuff that Dan talked about too. Yep. So we've got, whether it be inflow or infiltration, during rain events, we got a bunch of extra coming in. So,
Somewhere.
I mean, that's normal, but it seems like it's increased. So. General department started to move back into the new shop. Iron Box picked up all the rental Connex boxes. Installed American flags on Main Street, 100C, School Street, Pearl Street, Railroad Street. Swept sidewalks and streets. Started crosswalk painting. At safety, attended NEPA safety training meetings, June 8th is pole top and bucket truck rescue. Nate attended leadership training through the Vermont Local Roads Program. Nate is starting CDL classes soon. Jeff. Sorry. Yeah, Jeff is starting CDL classes soon. Johnson Fire Department. JFD responded to 10 calls. All 10 were at the day and none of them were at night. Average duration was 37 minutes. There were 6 automatic alarms, 1 medical assist, 2 vehicle crashes, and 1 odor investigation. The average number of firefighters that responded was 9. Total hours of service was 61. The new ground water and supply hose purchased with Fred's Energy donation has arrived. We anticipate this new equipment will be put into service next month. Through successful coordination with Johnson, Willow Mills, Johnson, Cambridge, Hyde Park, North Hyde Park, Eden Fire Departments completed a facility tour to discuss improve emergency response and potential multi-agency operations at the property. Thank you, Johnson Woolen Mills, for opening the building and providing staff for the orientation. Approximately 50 Lamoille County firefighters increase their knowledge and awareness of the site.
Those 6 automatic alarms, goes up at the college. Or
I would guess that most of, not all were, yes. Yep.
Awesome. I don't see anything else on there that we'd need either of you ladies for if you'd like to leave. Not, you can hang out and stay with us.
Oh, I've got one other thing.
You do? Awesome.
Uh-oh.
I can't remember if you have signed the engagement letter for the tax attorney. But I have one that's got the select board signature on it now, if you want to sign it again.
I can do that. If she, or, you know. Somebody like to make a motion for me to sign that for the board?
I do.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Also Rosemary, as far as for the bond vote, to get that rolling, are you're gonna need the entire board, or the board approve me to sign?
Typically, the bank would like the whole board to sign.
Okay, so you just would send out a mass email to everybody, come in and sign it, and, you know, assuming you're gonna get it right on that. Awesome.
You want to borrow the whole thing at once, correct?
I would, what's the board want to do?
thanks. Our whole thing, you know.
Whenever it's ready, I guess. I'll come in.
Yeah.
You know where I live.
Yearly payments.
Bond amount in
That's
full.
fine.
or half
Yearly
of it.
payments, so we don't have to pay for another year.
You can pay for it.
Okay. I could probably make the first one, that was it.
I guess my question would be, what's the reality of us needing all of it? Looks it, from my understanding. but
Yeah.
No, there's some light at the end of the tunnel, somebody was gonna throw up. Okay, so board good with borrowing it all at once? Yeah. Okay, ladies, thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Don't forget the flowers, Rosemary. Would you like one of us to bring it down in your office for you, or?
No, I'll take them down in the elevator.
Oh, where are we? On executive?
Although,
Not yet.
no,
No, discuss and possibly act on.
they might want to be around for that one.
Oh, yeah, actually, you might be right, if you guys just wanna hear this one. To possibly act on details of a new office position, including hours, advertisement, and blah, 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 and everything side of it.
Mhm.
What do you think would be? If we did it, do you think it could be done in a part-time position?
I think we,
Duties of this person, waiting on customer.
So Marla and I have been working on a list. Marla has mostly been putting stuff together, but I have a couple things that we can add in as well. I do think it could just be a part-time position. But I think another person on the village staff would be very beneficial.
Where's the money coming from?
well, currently,
Literally,
Me.
literally.
yeah, there
That's
is,
my problem.
there is room in the budget for that we put in for the AMI conversion and, you know, staff up, plus up.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So last year, or this last meeting, I asked you to get all the salaries and everything from last year and this year with the changes to see if there was any discrepancies off, like, are we plus 5,000, are we plus 20,000? Did you end up doing that right down?
I get that now.
Okay. That way we can see with all the breakdowns, you know, is there a surplus of money after all the breakdowns to where, hey, we budgeted for last season, we have $20,000 surplus, so we can put that money towards a new person, or is it straight line to where we are gonna have to ask ratepayer or taxpayers for more money.
Well, it would be spread out between all departments
Right,
because
Yeah, so you're asking
nobody
ratepayers
would-
and taxpayers on for more money.
nobody would be. Just one department, basically. But just so you understand, my thoughts are to not act on this, but just to start the discussion. Get input from the three ladies. And then we have to start crunching more numbers and see where we are, but.
You think it more than 24 hours or less than 24 hours?
I don't know, I just know it's really hard to get a part-time person that's usually qualified for that stuff.
I mean, with the load we have in there, it would, I think it would fit as a 4-day position. My opinion.
That was basically a Nate thing. We did it to help Nate while he was doing his training, more or less. It really wasn't a position that we planned on keeping.
Right, that was a part-time position
And
and
help Nate.
for,
Yeah, she sort of made some of the reporting,
yeah.
and she was supposed to do some solar as well.
So my suggestion would be to not add anything to your plate, Rosemary, but throw down a few ideas of what you think, because you've been around a long time and you understand how the ins and out changes throughout the week. And then if you could also do the same thing, then Ashley and you also, and get it to Eric. And then Eric will share them thoughts with the board, and then we can all contemplate it more when we actually have time to. Well, so that'd be scheduled to actually talk about that for a good hour.
I hate raising taxes on anything, I hate paying anybody more money. Well, I also know Marla was out. Then. I could just see us getting short-handed in there.
Quickly,
Correct, because then it's just Ashley and.
quickly.
Well, haven't we been doing that right along anyways?
Well, no, we had shared employees.
Because previously there has been help with like being able to have all of the people who work downstairs right now. Be
Yeah,
able to
that was
make
just like
any phone
answering
call.
phone calls or something. So like Rosemary, when we did Ashley's position, you ended up mentioning it was 32. Would be able to do her position was 32 hours. Well, we're at 40. That can help offset phone calls and stuff like that when Marla's gone. Also with the other staff, there is other staff. My issue is with all the percentages and everything, going with 2 people or how we have it, everything still breaks out to the same amount. The pay breaks out to the same amount, the insurance breaks out to basically the same amount. And we just want to add another person to help people do their job that they've been able to do before. That's what gets me.
Right, but you're totally missing the fact that jobs grow.
Yeah, but
If
my
that
job
job
is
is
20%, that she don't dedicate to the town anymore, because the town used to pay at 20%, so she's free 20 more percent
That's,
to help with
that may have been on paper, but that ain't actually how it worked.
She might have done 5% town.
Okay, well,
Just like it worked out the other directions also, but the job is evolving, and with all the stuff that we get put on our plate to continue, just keeps evolving.
Who,
Yeah.
Marla, are you taking most of the village calls now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
When you call now, it says press 1 for town or press 2 for
Right,
village, something like
right.
that. So it only rings to those 2 stations.
And I will say with the separation of the phone lines, I mean, I've only been downstairs for 3 weeks. In the first week, the phone lines were joined together and then they separated. And if there's a big difference already in the number of phone calls that just go to the town and the number of phone calls that go to the village. So I think to BJ's point, the kind of separation of the staff downstairs might give us a clearer picture of like what's actually going on. We'll be able to generate the numbers to be like, this is gonna actually help serve our village customers a lot better. They're gonna get quicker response times from us. There's gonna be more ability for us to do research and special projects and answer to grants and get more grant funding, and
well,
it's gonna be a bigger benefit.
in that same thought, you could almost say then you can hire 2 people and get even better service, or 3 people and get even better service. You know what I mean? It's a domino effect.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking,
good.
we don't have, like, if we had the unlimited budget, hell with it, like, let's get as many people. But we've been raising people's electric and we plan on raising electric again. We're doing things for capital for the guys, we're raising more, like, everything seems to, we were so conscious before this separation about pennies, pennies, pennies. Now we're like, pockets are open, whatever anybody wants, we're gonna do it to make them feel better.
Last night.
That, really, that's
I'm
what,
gonna
that's the
call
way
it
I
proper
feel.
shit on that.
That's your feelings?
No,
That's
the-
exactly what we're doing.
No, it's not.
Anything anybody wants, we're like, let's open it.
No, it's not.
Because we used to
That's not
pinch
even
pennies
close to a
before
factual
now.
statement.
Used to
You know
pinch
it is.
pennies before now, and now we're basically, let's add people we don't need.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're hiring people we don't
I
need.
guess,
I wouldn't ask for that if it was necessary. I literally go to work. And I have my head on my work and doing it, and lots of times I don't even have time to take a break for lunch. And I'm not like that, I'm not to stand around at the, table and chit chat for an hour, I'm not doing that. I am there, I mean, Ashley's new, she
Yeah,
can tell you.
And a lot of people do that.
this,
Yes, we
please
do.
don't
I
take it as
just
an
say,
offense to it.
Yeah, don't take it as a,
There's a lot more reporting and other items that need to be taken care of that is very hard to do when you have multiple interruptions. And have to do research and have to take care of this new customer, old customers, all kinds of different things. So you really don't get that time to get those mandated reports done. Takes a lot of time, takes a lot of concentration and focus. There's just a lot more that's coming down the road, more requirements from the state, especially with a new EV program that hasn't even started up yet, and the reporting for that.
but we don't know how that, again, it has nothing, take you right out of it. I'm thinking money wise, it has nothing to do with you. Like, you're talking about things later on down the road. So let's wait until there's an issue to solve it instead of like think, okay, there may be an issue later on. Let's solve it now. Let's throw money at it. Hopefully it'll take care of it instead of getting to that position and knowing we need it.
We have a huge update coming up. I do not have a clue how that is going to happen. If I have to stop and start, it's not gonna happen.
You're right. Yeah.
It is very.
And there's gonna be help. We're supposed to be getting help with somebody with that too.
Yeah, and we were talking about the 70-something thousand we set aside for hired outside contract help to bring in somebody and have them as our employee to do this.
But that's gonna be during a certain time. That's not gonna be from here forever.
And
I would rather pay a short period, a chunk of money, short period, instead of $40,000-$50,000 a year for the next lifetime.
So if you three ladies would jot down what you think. And send it to Eric, and we'll go from there on. Have another discussion about it at our next meeting.
Absolutely.
And I would like to know how it's going. I mean, I would like to know at our next meeting, along with the list, I'd like to be. Yeah, it's going great. I think somebody for so many hours could help, or it's just overwhelming. And then I think the discussion between Eric and you folks in the office. My problem is I see if Eric decides to work from home. And God forbid, one of you gets sick, there's one.
Yeah.
You know,
And definitely.
or one of you goes on vacation, because you get vacations. And then
Yeah,
someone else gets sick.
yeah, I mean,
This
Well,
is but this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the village can't shut down. Because we have no help. I mean, the chances of everybody being out. Is slim to none, but if she's off at training and Marla's on vacation and. Eric gets sick, who's doing the office?
So my
I
question.
can't come to,
Yeah, and my question to you, and you're right. But at that point, again, it goes back to the thing I was talking with her, you might as well add people, because one, there should be no more working from home basically with Eric, so Eric should be in the office, but say she gets sick. She's there, right, or she's at training,
Right.
okay, another person should be in to help, but what if Eric's sick, okay, then we should have another like, there's always gonna be a scenario.
Well, there
There's
is, I
scenarios.
don't.
It's how it's being managed in the office to make sure not everybody's gone at the same time.
I think a good starting point is to get the list and see how things are going.
Yes.
And I think a good list a good number from Eric is the breakdown that you
Yeah, I got
last
it
for.
right now.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
And I think a dollars to cents note of what it would cost to employ someone else, so that full-time and part-time, so that we have all the numbers that when we have a discussion, we can have an honest discussion on what we need. So that we're not guessing, because I don't have a clue what another position would raise the tax rate, and I don't. So I would like that information.
Okay, if you ladies could do that for us and get it to Eric, you get it to us, and
Thank you.
we appreciate it.
Have a good night, guys.
Thank you.
No. Joint meeting topics.
Manchester's, of course, right?
I'm
I'm sure they have it on already. Or can we not speak?
That will be executive session.
Oh, gotcha.
Listening to the town meeting like I always do, because I'm a town resident, I think all of their things that they want to talk about as far as joint properties are something that we do need to discuss. So I'm on board with what they have, and I'm gonna kill it on record right now because I keep hearing it brought up, and it was brought up last night. I don't want to talk about merger. Just so I'm on record about that.
The handy part is I have to agree to the agenda, or it's not
Right.
happening.
It was brought up again last night, and
They can bring it up all they want. We're not discussing merger. We've said that several times. There's been 4 failures. And we're not doing it again.
I just wanted on record that for myself, looking right into the camera.
Well, I'll put it on record as, I'm not allowing it on the agenda. How's that?
Besides that, I think all of the things they want to talk about as far as the joint properties should be discussed.
So they
That
have
land too, if we can get back into a conversation about that 198
That's joint property.
That's
okay.
joint property,
Okay.
and I also, I don't know if that's, we'll probably executive session.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The joint executive session. Joint property conversation. Backhoe conversation.
They had the smokehouse, mill house.
That's joint
Yeah,
property.
Joint properties. Salt shed, I didn't realize
Joint
that,
property.
I didn't realize that what's the problem with us storing salt in something that we have joint property owner on?
That's the select board. We were also told by our residents to not separate shit and get along, but we see how that's going.
Oh, we're trying to, I mean, we didn't ask them to separate
That's
at
right.
all.
That's right.
And little did I know that they own our building, they're part owners in our shop.
We currently have a select board with an agenda to merge and destroy the village right now, so.
They said that they own part of it.
Like we own part of it, right?
Right, we don't have theirs, they
Right,
have.
which is,
That we.
I didn't know, and because I always assumed that building was ours.
Well, actually, we have a memorandum agreement that the building's ours, the property's joint.
Okay.
And we just can't change the.
We don't tell them what to
use.
do with their garage, they don't tell us what to do with our garage.
Can't do
Yeah.
it.
You can't devalue it, and you can't change the use.
So I guess in my question is that also that it was brought up, so if all this division happens, isn't that is it an Act 250 process to break everything up?
Well, for this division to happen, the town's gotta come up with a lot of money, cause the village is not gonna invest in the subdivision of that property. Because yes, it involves brownfield, Act 250. Lots of surveying fees, lots of arguments, lots of legal fees.
Yeah.
And apparently the town can tax you to the end and keep paying for it. We're not gonna. Any other ones besides the joint property, the backhoe? I see them talking about the trees on Main Street. Well, we own the trees, we own this right away. They're talking about the pillars that didn't go in as we required,
Yeah.
being problems now.
Well, I did hear that, and I was gonna ask Eric about, I mean, if they are. If they are ours, and they are a safety hazard, and Nate doesn't like plowing around those wood things, I say we should remove them,
Yeah.
you know?
What happened to the grate?
They destroyed them.
They just-
I think that if they're more of a pain, and, cause I did hear that they were. Some people think they're stiff to lean on and they're not, and they're a safety hazard, and
They're supposed to be put in concrete with a curb to hold them in place, and they didn't do any of that.
Right.
The curb is also to help with the snow plowing, so you didn't end up plowing up sod and. You know,
Right.
Right.
all the junk.
So, I mean, if they're a safety hazard and they're a pain to plow around,
And
and they're ours.
they're also blocking people from getting out of their cars.
and that's what I heard too, with blocking the cars, and I do have a question about. Bobby Rooney, she mentioned about a handicap spot. That we refused to put one in.
That's Crockett shit. It was addressed the day it was brought to our attention, and he sent a crew over to make sure it was cleaned out extra, and it was cleaned out the rest of the entire winter.
But is it painted as a handicap?
There's a sign
There's a line.
on, yeah, you can't see nothing in the winter.
Okay, right, okay.
It was addressed immediately. So
So it wasn't-
her statement is talking to the village is like talking to a dead tree.
Right,
Then
yeah.
it's funny how they say what they want to say at one board and then come and be nice and say the other things at the other board.
I was just curious on how that wasn't part of it, so.
I think we need to review Bass's lease on their building.
She's no longer part of the leadership for that.
I don't care. We're letting them use the building for virtually free from taxpayers' dime.
I think a lot of those trees, back when I was on the board and we were doing that project, they said those trees weren't gonna be very tall. They're a lot taller than what they said they were.
And they're already
That's
starting
what
to mess with our
most
sewer
people
pipes
say.
and stuff, so they're probably gonna go away. They can
They were
start
supposed to
putting them all
be
in.
4. They're only supposed to be 8 feet.
If they keep entering our sewer lines, they're
Later.
going away. And then we'll
I agree.
have to have, they can either replant some other ones or we'll brick it in.
Somewhere it's paperwork.
On Main Street, they're starting to infiltrate quite a bit, aren't they? Well, that was part of the problem down here in front of Will.
Yeah, there's some, I don't think they were I think the ones in front of Will, the
Yeah.
big trees, they weren't the ones in the planting areas. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna enter executive session.
Before that, is this executive session, I know I mentioned to you a little while ago, sorry, or is it open?
That's under contract, I can't change it. So you can talk about it if you'd like right now, but it's under contract. Until we redo his contract, we can't pull anything out of his contract.
I thought we had an agreement with him that it wasn't gonna be all the time working from home, it was gonna be more working from the office. And then during budget season, he'd be working from home more. Was that was
The day he worked from home, he had to go to court.
Oh, well, we're not talking one day, I mean,
On
go over the
I'm
past
rattling them off. I
months.
know every day he's not here. The other day, the other one was your doc's appointment.
So weekly,
The other one was,
pretty much weekly over
the
the
other
past.
one was,
Recently, I've
6
had a few
months.
appointments. There are a few appointments recently.
the other one was when you went to New Hampshire for the training.
Okay, we can go a few, let's say over the past 6 months, almost every week, working from home.
In his contract, we have discretion for him to be able to work from home occasionally.
Okay, I just thought everybody had a discussion with him during one of the
we did,
meetings,
and then I
and he
can
said he was
ask-
gonna work from home less during the summer. And then budget season, he's gonna work from home, not be gone once a week, every week.
Yep.
So that's changed.
I haven't seen him gone every day of the week without notifying me ahead of time.
Okay, so fine,
And,
so it's,
and that's what the board asked him to do.
Okay, I mean,
And
if it's once a week, then that's fine with
So-
you.
thing is,
That's fine.
what, appointments with doctors or such like that happen during the workday.
I get
And
that, Eric, but 6
Let me
months.
finish,
Sean.
and when they happen and they're towards me, it is much more efficient, I get much more work done. Not adding 2 hours of commuting,
just to be clear, you don't have to explain. because
Yeah, you don't have to
contract
explain.
Says that you can work from.
I know
home.
that, but I still,
It's just.
I've been quite. Conscious about that and only doing it when
there's stuff going on that I had to do it.
The board will ask me to watch it and I have no issues with it.
Okay,
So,
then why don't you say that when I asked you about it? Instead of saying to bring it up during the meeting, why don't you just tell me, no,
Because
I have it under
if you
control
wanna
and
bring
everything.
something up, I let you bring it up. I've never
But
told
why
you not
don't
to
you
bring
just
stuff.
tell me instead of arguing with me with him on it and be
Because
two
you were
against
here
one?
when
Why
the
don't you
board
just ask-
directed me to verify when he's not
I
here.
get that, but you could have literally said, I'm on top of it, BJ. I've talked to him. He's had meetings. He hasn't just been missing one day a week.
Because you hadn't asked me till just barely right there.
That's bullshit.
And-
I asked you about a month ago about this. You should bring it up.
And also, I started putting down on the bottom, why? Have you noticed those notes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I put the notes, say, doctor's appointment or changing the tires over on the Mach-E.
Yeah, I know. Let's change the tire on a Mach-E so we can't come to work all day. Well, go to a few hour vets meeting, so we're gonna.
Daryl, do you have any
It's
issue
fine,
with him
it's
working
fine,
from home?
It's fine.
I.
Everybody likes him
work is-
working from home.
Work is getting done. And it's not a 3 or 4 day a week thing. It is, then I'm counting on you to keep track of what's going on.
That's what I've been doing. Ellis, do you have an issue with him working from home? All right, then we're gonna move on.
Okay.
Did you have the motion to enter executive session?
Here, you wanna read it, Ellis, since you're right here?
Oh, good God.
S is for section.
One VSA
Section.
section 313A-1. When a public body has made a specific finding that premature general public knowledge would clearly place the village at a substantial disadvantage, it may go into executive session to discuss pending and probable civil litigation or prosecution to which a public body is or may be a party.
Do we have a second?
Like,
Any further discussion? All in favor?
I
Motion passes. Enter an executive session at 7:03 with four trustees, Eric. There's nothing to come of it, Donna. Eric will let you know when we depart executive.